Hey, shalom, shalom. First thing foremost, want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Shimi Yahweh Shai, Shimmer Kakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. New is in this gospel, brother from the standard of Yahweh, Shimi Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. Titled, The Next One is Upon Us. Okay, the next one is upon us. And as you can see, according to the sub-caption of the avatars or the emojis I put on the title, that's what I'm alluding to. I was looking at Redacted, and basically they was talking about how Kill Gates of Hell, or Kill Bill, was talking about the next smack dance in 25. But then, you know, of the WHO and how they got all these provisions set up and how they're gonna vote on surveillance in 2 days. I believe 2 days from the day, if I'm not mistaken, which may be tomorrow or Saturday, well, Monday, just depending on when the video was put out. But basically, they're voting on whether they can surveillance people to get, you know, the joint. And the reason why they declared an end to this particular situation is because now that was the trial run. You know what I'm saying? That was the trial run. Now this is getting ready to be the real thing, because what we found out was that they basically didn't get the kids that they wanted, because that whole thing was set up to target the smaller or the youth population. But basically it was a flop because, you know, the kids are still walking around healthy. Now this whole new ordeal is getting the children, you know, knocked off in that ordeal. Okay, so that's why they want to surveillance everybody, and that's why they have mass surveillance watching the atrocities of them getting rid of all the children, man. Okay, so basically they're gonna set up smart cities, 15-minute cities. All of it's starting to make sense now. It all ties into one global world order that they can target, and they know who they get. Like the whole tracing, you know, the whole tracing contract. I said it backwards, but the whole contract and TRACING, they did all that for a reason, because that was, like I said, it was a trial run. So now they're getting ready to start off with the new one. Okay, they're talking about 25, but certain people say that it started already, because the N or the W or the WHO declared the end of it this month. Now they're going into the other phase of this program. You see what I'm saying? And they're talking about 25, 25, 26. They might not make it that far, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has Esau on a time crunch, man. So it tells you in Job, the 13th chapter, no, the 14th chapter says that the Most High have set his bounds beyond which he can pass. So you ain't got no 2025, Lord's will, okay? Because we're looking to get up out of here now. We're looking to hasten the day of the Lord's coming. You see, because shit, Esau Edom has been in fucking power for 500 plus years, man. You know, and this shit getting old, you know? It's getting old, and it's about time for this ordeal to go down. You know, because, hey, they brought it out that the last situation was nothing but a flop. They spent billions of dollars on testing people, on getting the juice out there, okay? And then, you know, millions of people didn't die from that. And then what did they accomplish? People done lost their businesses, people done lost their jobs, people done lost their livelihoods, people lost their pensions, their 401k. People are totally pissed off now. People are literally becoming homeless because of what that situation did to people. Now we into the last phase of the program, which they're talking about. That's gonna make this one look like child's play, because technically what they did last time, it was very minuscule compared to what they want to do. You know, they said that this new ordeal coming up has like a fucking 80% mortality rate to it. You know, and children is the primary recipient of who they are targeting. Okay, once again, that's why they're putting the necessary positions into play, because they want to target the kids, man. And I don't know how many times I got to keep saying that to make it make sense, but that's the whole ordeal. Surveillance methods are set up, and they want to know who's who. They want to know what's what. They want to know who ain't got it. They want to know who's gotten it. They want to know who's not planning on getting it, because now they're going to use military style tactics, man. You know, in order to get their agenda, because this is the NWO, man. Okay, the NWO, and before you know it, shit, man, it's gonna be all hell breaking loose on the shores of America, which we can't wait, Because honestly speaking, this shit, man, this world is through. You know, it's going to hell. And ain't really nothing here for the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Then you got all these migrants crossing over into the border, which is done by design anyway. We know that the government is behind that shit. Though they're trying to make it seem like, oh, they're just breaking in. Get the hell out of here. You have one of the most thorough militaries on the planet Earth up until this point. And you mean to tell me you can't stop a bunch of so-called illegals from getting in your country? Nah, that's bullshit. Because it came out that New York City, Chicago, you know, these inner cities, Cali, they're receiving influxes of migrants from the border, man. Whether it be Venezuela, whether it be parts of Mexico, whatever fucking country they come from, they're busting them into these inner cities by the thousands, man. Okay, 20, 30,000 people stand at these hotels. Tax dollars are going up. It's a shit show, you know. But the scriptures goes into the pestilence and the destruction and the famines that's gonna hit the city. So it's all starting to come together, man, you know. And like we've been warning our people, telling Jake, look, man, this is the end all be all, you know. It ain't gonna be no 2060. Esau had a plan, 2060, X, Y, and Z. You know, 2060, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Shit, they had to cut that down to 2035, then 2030. Now I heard that they even cut the 2030 ordeal in half. So according to them, 2025 is when they gotta do this. But if we know the Most High, like we claim you do, then we'll know that the Lord is getting ready to give a speedy riddance of these devils, man. So 2025, it may just be starting this year. 2024, who knows? You know, Lord's will to start sooner than later. But regardless of it, Esau ain't got that much time left. Okay, because Revelation, the 12th chapter, it tells us that, behold, the devil should come down with great wrath. The devil should come down to you having great wrath because he knoweth he had but a short time. So, you know, Esau Edom is a done deal. So, hey, brothers, 80% mortality rate, we gonna see what it do. You know, because shit, the scriptures tell you in Revelation, the 6th chapter, that he's given power to death and hell to kill the fourth part over death, or the fourth part of the earth, roughly paraphrasing it. You know, in Salakia, man, I don't even know. I'm trying to get my points out clear, but they're not coming out clear today. I hate that shit. You know, you try to make a point, but you got too much shit going on in your mind that you can't even really speak it the way you want it to sound. You know, but it's all good though, because, you know, through the spirit, it's just the spirit that compels men and to give us the, you know, the ability to speak what we're speaking, you know. So, and plus I'm in all this fucking traffic, but regardless of that, it's on the way, man. You know, that's gonna make 2020 look like a picnic. And they've been planning this shit since the beginning, since the 80s, the 70s. You know, John Ty had seminars going into how the elite wants to bankrupt their own businesses, because they're able to self-sustain themselves. So, you know, bankrupting America, it ain't gonna hurt the elite's pocket, you know, because they got all the wealth, you know, they own all the businesses, they got all the resources, you see, and it's not gonna really it's not gonna pretty much do any damage to that infrastructure, because they had it all planned out. Like you go into the book, Behold a Pale Horse, 1984, Satan's Angels, and several other books that Esau came out with back in the 80s, it pretty much foretells of a situation that was going to take place in the 21st century. You know, so like, once again, the See You Know What, that was like a test run, man. You know, all those particular versions of it that came out since 2020, it was all a test run. It was all to see how the people was going to react, a simulation, so to speak. You know, and a lot of it started during the time of those Jade Helm drills back in 2015, when allegedly they was training for domestic teas on American soil, but yet they was training because they wanted to do a takeover. You know, they knew that a pestilence, a global pestilence, was going to circumvent the earth, and they needed the necessary provisions and precautions to prepare for it. Military training. So they had what they call mock cities. Mock cities are basically replicas of cities or neighborhoods that military forces go in and they train consistently so they can understand the layout. They know who's who, where's what, where's where, implementation. even blackouts or grid outages were implemented in these trainings. Okay, videos came out last year about out there in New York about they were doing blackout drills in pitch black darkness, okay, in case of an EMP strike or a global blackout. Why are they doing these things if they're not going to be the ordeal? Because Esau Edom knows he's orchestrating this shit behind closed doors, okay? Because the scriptures tell you in Psalms 64th chapter, it says their tongue should cleave upon themselves, roughly paraphrasing it, and the Most High should shoot at them with an arrow, and they should suddenly be wounded. Because you have to understand that what the elites conjure up, they plan on putting it into in fruition, man. Okay, and shit, end game MOTB. All these different situations that's happening in the world is nothing more but a soft reboot, so they can put in the MOTB, so they can make the MOTB the primary concern. Because with the whole border and migration crisis, as they claim, which they're allowing that shit, basically they can say, well, these illegals are over here illegally, so therefore, in order to track and see who's who and what's what, you know, let's get a national tracking registry going. Let's get something that's able to track the people. Let's get that up and running, so therefore, you know, people can be on the grid, so to speak. Because even Trump mentioned that when he was running for president back in 2016, that a national registry or implementing of tracking people was going to be the thing that they wanted to do for the border crisis, man. And it makes sense that Title 42 expired last week. Now these migrants are crossing into the border, okay, with court dates up into 2027, which is literally what, 4 years from now. Okay, so that way you got migrants that's literally in America 4 years, God doing God who knows what, man. Okay, we're not even saying that all the migrants coming over here are bad people, okay, because most of them are Israelites, but I believe a lot of them are sleeper cells. I believe a lot of them are what you call those people, UN troops, okay, or some type of police, some type of sleeper cells. What the fuck is going on? What the hell wrong with these people, man? You know, sleeper cells that's going to become activated, you know, when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai give them the green light, you know. So we just got to keep our heads up and, you know, pay attention to the prophecy, man. Okay, because the scriptures told us in Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, it says, go out and warn the people. Okay, give them warning from my mouth. Warn the Israelites, man, because that's what it's about. Warning you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners out there, so you can escape the pending danger. Okay, but unfortunately, majority of our people, they're not gonna fucking get it. You know, and that's an unfortunate thing for you. But the men of the Lord, hey, we're doing our job, man. Okay, we're doing our job. We're doing what's required to us to the best of our ability. All right, because we mentioned it at the camp yesterday that you got a lot of jakes out here playing games, man. They see these things taking place in a roundabout way. They knowing something is off in the spirit with this place, but yet they turning a blind eye to it. Therefore, your iniquity is going to be upon your own head, man, because you didn't take heed to the warning that the prophets were giving you. You know, and for whatever reason, man, everybody is just driving fucking crazy, bro. Trucks, damn near making semi-trucks look like they getting ready to make fucking U-turns in the middle of the street. You got this dude in front of me, he got this big ass open container, and he's driving like 10 miles an hour. Then you got this other guy. It's just like, these people are fucking out their mind, man. That's why I see why these people, they just gotta fucking die. They just gotta die, man. All right, there's no remedy for these people. They just gotta die. They all juiced up, and they just need to be just fucking taken out, man. Because literally they in the way. They serve no purpose. You know, you can't even get to your destination without a bunch of chaos, man. And if you blow your horn, you may get shot. Because road rage is like literally, like road rage is like the thing now. You cut the wrong person off, man, hey, they'll have your number, man. All right, like in Chicago, Philly, these inner cities, you fuck with these people, man, they'll blow your ass away. You know, so exercising patience ain't the word. But regardless of it, these people, they're all jacked up. You know, they're not compassionate anymore. It's a shit show. It makes you not even want to leave the house for real. You know, because I mean, what purpose do these people fucking serve? Not a good one. You see? But anyway, Salaki, I can't get all the, I can't get your precepts right now because I'm actually driving on the highway, and the way these people are driving, it's not really circumspect to be trying to look at this phone and get the precepts right now. So Salakia, you brothers out there that may be posting the precepts, because we feed off that. Because sometimes when you're doing these in transits, sometimes things, they just don't come out. Like you want to say certain shit, but it just sometimes your mind don't go that way because you're boggled down with stress. And I don't understand how that is, but like I said, the scriptures say man's goings are of the Lord. How can he know it his own way? So the spirit have things coming out the way it comes out for a reason. I want to say this or I want to say that, but it's not coming out the way that I anticipated, But through the spirit, bro. We all go through it. But anyway, let me see something here. Maybe I had to get one precept when I stop at this light. But yeah, man, and the thing of it is with this whole WHO, they want to get every child the juice. They want every child to have that. Every child on the planet, they want to drink that fucking juice, man. That's what they want. Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down into you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time, man. Okay, so that's the point. They know that they have a short time, so they got to get up and move it. Like, we got to get this shit up and popping, because we know that the Most High got our number, and good for him. Okay, because like I mentioned earlier, Esau Edom, he's been in power too long. Okay, we ready for the kingdom. Get this shit on and popping. How much more fucking time you got? You got the infrastructure in place, so go ahead and do what you got to do, man. All right. Deuteronomy 28:61, New Living Translation, Good News Translation, Salakia. It says, and he will send all kinds of diseases and epidemics that are not mentioned in the book of God's laws and teachings, and you will be destroyed. I mean, shit, that's plain as day. Okay, because they got such and such as that's global, or that's going to be global, that we haven't even heard of before. Okay, and I have to choose my words carefully, because we know that Esau Edom is just looking for a reason to take Jake's shit down. For whatever reason, brothers wasn't able to upload videos yesterday. We went out to the camp yesterday and did a regular recording, and we couldn't even upload our videos. It's still talking about processing, but famine of the word, But regardless of that, hey, shit getting ready to go down. So, staying circumspect, staying in the spirit, staying prayed up, staying diligent in the spirit, man. Asking the Lord to direct your steps. Because sooner than later, man, we're not going to have any structure in America. It's going to be totally just chaotic every fucking where, man. Okay? People getting ready to lose their jobs. Okay? People's health are failing them. People losing faith in this medical. They're losing faith in the system. People just taking matters into their own hands, man. So, brothers, keep your head on the swivel. Stay in the spirit. Stay prayed up. May Yahweh Shem Shai Bashim Kakadash protect, you brothers and your few sisters out there that listen, your families, etc. And keep pushing. All right. 1 second, let me part. It's such a fucking inconvenience, man. I ain't even got the right damn screen thing. This shit is inconvenient. Come on, go. Anyway, all right, let me see what we got here. Alrighty, so Job 14:5, the brother Bayam. Matter of fact, let's start at 2nd Esdras 4:37. It says, by measure he hath measured the times, and by number he hath numbered the times. And it says here, he doth not move them nor store them until the said measure be filled. Right, everything is done through a balance. It says news on how New York City will allow migrants to shelter at public high schools or elementary school gyms, something along that line, and parents not down with that. Right, they're not. They feel like it's taking up taxpayers' money, and they feel like they're being stretched too thin. Job 14:5, seeing that his days are determined by the number of his months are redeemed. Thou has appointed a bounds that he cannot pass. Right? Esau is set to go down at a particular time, man. Okay, so he's not gonna be in power any longer or any less. China and Brazil have made a deal to trade in their currency instead of the American dollar. Yup. So this fiat BS is going down by the week. That's right, brother. And Russia was able to destroy American-made missile defense with ease. Right? It tells you that in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter 2, about how they should climb into the window, meaning the missiles, and the windows goes into basically their defense systems, how they're going to bypass America's defense systems. Because America, what happens is they spend billions of dollars on the military, but on offense. Okay, the defensive strategies is just horrible. And they were speaking like, I believe the Defense Department was like, well, we need to spend more money on our defense mechanisms because, you know, Russia, they're running circles around Babylon easily, you know. So that's right. But anyway, shalom to you few brothers and you few sisters out there that may be tuning in, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the whole elect. And with that, shalom and a Baba Ball. Shalom.